You've seen him on the red carpet, you've seen him on the sidelines, you've seen him on the stage. The hottest looks in urban fashion from the biggest name in urban fashion, Van Dykes. Now pick out three, pay for one. 3 suits for one. Van Dykes, 10 Mile and Southfield Road.
We'll say a little prayer for you, and I will always care for you. Hello, Detroit.
And once again, thank you so much. And I thought maybe what I'd do is just change mics and see if that will work, and hope that it will. And also make some adjustments on your end as well. And I apologize if you have not been able to listen. If the auto is not. Nevertheless, we just thank you for your patience. You know, the thing about it is, we can talk about all the things that happened in the past, and think about all the things in terms of what happened with City Council, what happened with bailout, what happened to Cobo, all of those kind of things. What I'm trying to deal with is the future. I'm trying to deal with the future, and I'm not talking about people. The thing about it is, my sisters and brothers, we do have a problem with our young people with the weed problem, and they cannot really qualify for a lot of these jobs, and the statistics would bear it out. That they're, because they're not able to really because of the drug tests. You know, one of the problems is also in terms of getting employment with government and city is as I understand it, and I talked to the lady in human resources, and basically it is the reading comprehension. And I'm just saying to you is that comes right back to our education. It comes right back to what's going on in our public school system. And again, as I said before, you can say that you don't believe the numbers. You don't believe. You know, when the doctor told me that I had cancer, you know, and so you sit there and you basically go in a pity mode, or do you go in a denial mode, or do you basically say, doctor, let's take care of it. Let's just take care of it. And so in 2008, I basically took care of it, and giving God the glory that I basically am a cancer survivor. I'm just saying to you is that that's the way it is with much of what we're talking about here. You can't be in denial. We got to basically get in front of this stuff and see what we can do together. Stop being acting that like we're victims and so forth. You know, is that we just got to get in front of this stuff and try to see what we can do to work with the school system. And if it's indeed in terms of tutoring and in terms of mentoring and all those kind of things, then let's see what we have to do. If it's something else, but we got to get into this thing together. Now you don't have to believe these facts. You know, everybody else does for the most part. Then the two of you, but most of the people do believe it. And yes, there's a lot of things that goes on in this city and in this state against this city. I understand that. I understand it very well. I understand. I live here. I'm not blind to all of this, but the point is that you have a sense of knowing, let's do something about it. Let's try to do something about it. And so I'm just saying to you, my son, I'll go back to the phones, but it's difficult to sit here and pay for this. You know, they're not giving me this time. I pay for it. And to sit here and just allow Tyrone to go on this tirade kind of assassination, character assassination, and I can handle it. But the point is that the time is very, very valuable, and also it's expensive. And so I'm just saying to you is, I don't mind the criticism, it's fine, but it ought to have some substance to it. And I'm just saying to you is that what can we do? Yes, we know the funding for education, it ought to be different, and that the people in Bloomfield Hills, they have a different funding and for education, and obviously their tax dollars where you basically bases the tax dollars that we have for the city of the young people in Detroit. And so you got a $7,000 mine competing with a $14,000 mine. And I'm just saying to you, we understand that the funding is a problem. But until that happens or changes, what are we going to do? What can we do? But I'm just saying to you, is it after school programs? One of the things I think that if the school for the most part is over at 3 o'clock, and many of our young people need help after 3 o'clock, then the church next in the community, they ought to have a tutor program, a mentoring program with the young people that need the help. And so you have volunteers there to help. I mean, the thing about it is, you keep talking about it takes a village to raise a child, then that's where is the village? That's all I'm asking. Where is the village? And my son, many of you still dealing with history. You know, I mean, history is fine in England. It ain't worth a doggone in this United States. It's about how are we going forward? What are we going to do to get into in September? We got 3 months to basically, and then for these young people that's coming out of school, we got some of the best minds coming out of school. We want to make sure they stay in the area and they go to school in the area. And when they graduate, they stay in the area. I mean, so let's work with what we got and try to get more of the best that we have. Caller, thank you for your patience. How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm good, Reverend Holley. Decided to tune in this morning.
Thank you.
And first, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. But Reverend Holley, I want to kind of go on what you were just saying. You know, I don't think that the black community nationwide have accepted what really is, or the truth. See, because acceptance is the first step to solving a problem. You have to first of all accept the problem as it is. You got to see it and accept it as it is. And that acceptance is about your own responsibility and how you played a part in the situation and how you're going to play a part in solving whatever your problem happens to be. But you're talking to a generation, Reverend Holley, that are like children sitting in the marketplace, as Jesus said, calling out to others, saying, we played the pipe for you. You didn't dance. We sang, and you didn't mourn. And then he went on to talk about how John the Baptist came. He didn't eat or drink, and they said he had a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking. I'm talking about not no fella walking around talking that crazy stuff, but the principle. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say he's a glutton and drunkard. He's a friend of tax collectors and sinners. And then he went on to start talking about, but here's wisdom. Wisdom is known by its children, what they produce. See, so when you got people telling you education is useless, because see, they don't want to solve these problems. They don't want to see the problem. See, education gives you the ability to see the problem as it is. And when you see it, you accept it. And when you accept it, you're able to solve it. You're able to come up with a plan to solve it. So when you start talking about we got 3 months to put something in place, they can't hear that, Reverend Holley.
Yeah, all right.
Because they have not accepted the responsibility.
Yeah, but I hear you loud and clear, and I appreciate the call. I just feel like that's not the problem. I think many people do understand. Many people do accept and want to do something about it. I just feel like they're waiting for somebody else perhaps to step up and to get him to really organize it and get it going. But my sisters and brothers, how can we sit here and not understand that to be the worst in anything? I know we're in poverty. For example, we're the worst in the nation when it comes down to poverty. So how can we accept anything that's just that's the worst, and you live there. You live there, you know. I'm a very orderly kind of person. I have a great grandson in my house now, which is about 13, 14 months old, and normally my house is it's just orderly. Everything is in its place. But now that he's there, it basically is all over the tricycle here and the toy here all over the place, and it drives me crazy. And so I'm beginning to try to tell him, indeed, try to when you get through with this, put it up and pull something else out. This is where all your toys are. But put when you get through with this, put this back. Just trying to work with him that he might be organized. Why should I sit here and let him basically disorganize my world, and I'm in charge? And I'm just saying to you, as my sisters and brothers, that maybe that's not the best example, but I'm just the best I could come up with right now. Caller, thank you for your patience. How are you this morning? 14 minutes after the hour.
I'm just saying, Doctor. I got an echo. Anyway, you're dealing with, you're talking about a village, fix a village to educate a child. Well, Elijah Muhammad had the village, and you see what they did to him. They sent him to jail trying to start his own school. I mean, education is that important. So, but we definitely need a different configuration of education because we got different needs. I used to teach for with DPS. We had a Black Child in Crisis every year down in Coble Hall. I used to teach teachers how to program in BASIC. And DPS at one time was one of the first in the nation in terms of progress in technology, and computer literacy and all of that. But how did we get where we are now? These statistics you're talking about, I would say the state, financial manager. That's how our educational system degraded to what it is now. And the state is still got that type of affliction on us, poisoning people and doing all other kind of things. So we're dealing with oppression. Then, you got to work with, I can understand your experiences. You got to work with the people on that particular level. But we have to look at the opposition. How do we deal with the opposition? Because, they'll do a lot more than just send us to jail. I mean, that's the question I'm asking you, I believe
that's the question you're asking. Right,
opposition, this is a whole different age when you start talking about education. Your school, you had a good school. What happened? People start working together. We're the enemy. And when you talk about black folks, I don't see why people get upset about that. We are oppressed people. We got the mark of oppression. We got to remove that. And I think you might use it as a scapegoat. Maybe people think that, but we do have the mark of oppression, and that has to be addressed.
Okay, got you, my friend. Thank you for the call. Call you in touch. How are you this morning?
How you doing today, Reverend Holley?
Just fine. Thank you for the call.
First, Reverend Holley, shout out to TV33 Comcast, Channel 91, WHPR, Detroit Highland Park. You got to give a shout out to a few TV show hosts. Yourself, Reverend Holley, Mr. Lisa Bob, Lee Jones, Ms. Colette Ramsey, Ms. Perryman, Ms. Money Making Diva, Tommy Young.
Your question. What's your question? What's your question?
And all the other fine show hosts of TV33. Oh, here, Doc. Thank you for letting me shout out all of the TV show hosts of this wonderful station, TV33. I made a comment about you, sir, outside your presence. I said, me, you, Colette Ramsey, and Minister Malik Shabazz are helping our community without the power of vote. So I commend you for that.
Okay.
Sometimes these people that call your TV show don't acknowledge, first off, you've been on this TV show for 10 years. And ever since I used to watch J.D. Hill, you've always given people an opportunity to run their mouth negatively about you on TV time show that you pay. So, you're a man of God, but you're also a man of your God. Let me repeat that. You're a man of God, but you're a man of your God. People might want to keep thinking that you're supposed to practice the mindset of Christ, that if somebody slap you in your face, you're supposed to turn the other cheek. But these people on this TV show, they slap you in the face so many times. They slapping you on the butt. They biting you on your feet. They pulling your hair. And you're just tired. So I'm putting it out there like that.
All right. Thank you for the call, though. Appreciate that.
Let me
call you in touch early this morning. Thank you so much. Yes.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to cut to the chase of what I think we can do to resolve this, because we've heard all the past, the present, and the future, and so forth. Here's what I think we can do to help both sides of things. We have a lot of college students out here who don't have jobs, who owe student loans, all that. Why don't we hire some of them and also give them credit, credit in college for classes to tutor kids? Okay, they know how to read.
Yeah.
The college kids, they've gone through the system, and they're more adept to it probably than some of us people who may be retirees or older. They know the technology, they know the computer stuff, they know what's happening now. But also, I'm sure that they're equipped to teach the rudiments of reading and basic math and stuff like that. Now, I'd like to see that incorporated.
Sure. That's good.
We all come along, when these college students are out looking for jobs, can't find any jobs to do, or even during the school year, where they can go in possibly on weekends to local recreation centers or churches that are open for that, pay them to tutor the kids. Also, you would have it on the other end that teachers would recommend, if Johnny or Susie is not doing well in school, recommend that they go on Saturday or even Sunday afternoon to have tutoring at such and so library or such and so rec center or somebody's church, and let the college students get paid and also get some college credit to go ahead and tutor these people. Now, on the other side of that, if you have a retiree or some people who are up on the latest stuff and who know how to teach, have the patience to teach people how to read and write and get into the latest stuff, pay them too. A lot of people out here need some money. As you said, this jobless rate is down, so they say. Trump can tell us any crazy stuff, but we know that what it is. But people need a little money to make ends meet. Like some of the senior citizens, they need some money, to help them out. Pay them something to go out here and do that. And I think that motivates people to go out and get some things done. And I think that would work, and I don't think there's a whole lot of logistics in that. We got colleges all over the place, all in our face. We got UD Mercy, we got Wayne State, Wayne County Community College, Eastern, Western, Michigan State. We got that. Okay, that's already there. What would be wrong with perhaps, giving Mr. VP or whatever his name is, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, that idea, that seed to plant, and do a consortium with the colleges around, and also the Detroit Area on Aging or whoever handles senior citizens. Give them something to do and pay them a little something to get out there, because everybody can't volunteer. It's rough out here. Time fare is high, all this other kind of stuff. So if you pay people a little something, give them something to motivate them to go out and do this. And I guarantee you, we'll see some changes in some of this stuff.
I like that. Thank you for that. And that's what I'm talking about. Let's just start thinking out the box. Start thinking out the box. Again, my sisters and brothers, we understand the president, the chancellor of Wayne County Community College is African American. The president of Wayne State is African American. The president of University of Detroit is African American. And at some point or another, I'm just saying to you is that we got the people that really got the know-how and got the education and got resources up under them. And I'm just saying to you, but how can we basically understand we're the worst of, and nobody's really saying anything. Nobody's really saying anything. And it's mind-boggling. Maybe preachers, and we got preachers with doctorate degrees and all this kind of stuff, not saying anything. Not saying anything. Not one civil rights organization has come out on a press conference and said, we're going to do this, need to do this, and that. They haven't said anything. And as I said before, it's just like if we had 300 homicides in 2017, we'll go on in 2018 as if nothing really happened and start all over again. And this somehow, some kind of way, it's mind-boggling to me. It's just mind-boggling to me that where is the Jesse Jacksons? Where are the Al Sharptons? Where are the National Network? Where are the Bush, NAACP, all of these organizations? I'm just saying to you, how can you sit here and know that that this kind of stuff comes out and nobody is really seeing, and maybe they are, and maybe behind the scenes, and Reverend Holley, we're doing it, but we just ain't got you involved in it, so, but we know we're doing, and just because you don't know, don't mean it ain't been done. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Caller, you and thank you for your patience already this morning. Good morning.
Hey, Reverend.
Yeah.
I got to say that you got the proper message, but you got the wrong understanding of the thing. We got to understand that we're under financial management who changed the literacy program to make it test scores to be part of instead of teaching the basics. Okay? Tutors are the only way to go because we got to have somebody monitor our kids. Okay? The literacy program has got to change. We got to give this new chance a chance. But you have to understand, Reverend Ali, and I get frustrated, that individuals are just what they are, individuals. Anybody with some good common sense would know that the way of the world now is drugs are not going to be the answer because they're unsafe. They don't keep a person focused. And we get two different segments of individuals. Some people just going to get high. As I've always told you, we have to try to reach the ones who reach. So we got to try to build a forum because we're designed to be fighting with somebody that's not going to be on the same page. We have got to reach our kids by tutoring because they changed the literacy program with financial money.
Okay.
We have got to try to form some kind of union because unless we form a union, we're fighting ourselves.
Yeah, gotcha.
We have to be able to try to reach our kids by having somebody that's going to give them added help. Any kind of way we can do that is be in a place where everybody is striving for the same thing. We need help, Reverend Holley.
Gotcha.
And the only way we don't get the help is we're going to have to get a form put together and form some kind of unit. And it's all about all of those politicians that are not trying to help us at all. Because see, right now, unless they get embarrassed, they're going to keep on keeping their mouth shut, turning their head, and everything else. We got to put them on front street so that they can work with us.
Got you. Thank you very much.
Reverend.
No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the call. Let me just ask this question. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about adult education? I'll wait. When is the last time? Did you ever heard anybody talking about adult education? Where is it? What's going on? What's going on with the people from 18 to 35, 34, 40 years old? Where are we with that? Where is the funding? I'm sure literacy programs or grants are out there somewhere, but where is it in the budget and in the state budget for literacy, in the federal budget or in the state budget, where it comes from the federal to the state to the city? Where is it? Where is it? We got 43 to 46% illiteracy. So where is the funding? Where are the classes? I'll wait. Where is it? Have you ever heard any? When's the last time you even heard anybody talk about adult education? And if not, why not? And why aren't we talking about it? And we got to understand, my sisters and brothers, a lot of our young people, young adults, they're not going to go back to eighth grade class at 27 years old. They're not going to do that. You can't expect them to do that. And so there ought to be funding for adult education to help us with this job situation. And so I'm not just I call it. Thank you for your patience. How are you this morning? Good morning. I know you're there. Good morning. Are you going to talk to me? Are you listening? Good morning. Caller, thank you for your patience. How are you this morning?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, that's an excellent idea that the lady came up with.
Yeah.
I do know someone with a PhD, and her field is education, and she does tutoring. She knows how to write the grants, and we need people like her in that circle. And I do know of someone that substitutes. We can get the substitute teachers who need income during the summer and do seasonal work as far as helping and tutoring our children. And with the GED program, they do offer that to the adults that's going through these trade skills. So you might want to look up those programs
Right.
for those who need their GED so that they won't have to pay for it and it's free.
Right.
Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, thank you. Caller, thank you for your patience. How are you this morning?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Just fine. How are you?
That's good. I'm okay. Oh, we're definitely going to have to think outside the box because the traditional education has fallen to the wayside. Not only Detroit is ranking last or close to last, the whole state of Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the state of Michigan's priority. Education is not it. It's to make corporations richer. So if you want to make it simplistic, I like to know how much money Detroiters contribute to the state lottery, which they claim was supposed to go for education.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we contribute millions, if not billions. So based on that alone, we should have the best of schools.
Yeah.
But, again, this is not the state's priority. So you're right, and others are right. We're going to have to step outside the box because they don't give a hoot about educating us or even the rest of the people in the state. Thank you.
And thank you for the call. And thank you for that. It's 31 minutes after the hour. And I need to just pay this commercials. I got to run these commercials. I'm sorry. Just thinking my mind's going faster than my tongue. And so I just need to, again, do these commercials that they're so important to this community and so much important to this station and so important to this program. And let me do that. And then and sort of just come back and try to wrap this up. You certainly can give us a call, 868-0342, 868-0361, and 868-4336. Those are the numbers. I was trying to get a little conversation in here in terms of the thing with Maxine Waters, Congressperson Maxine Waters, was talking about. She's upset about this Make America Great Again. What that really is and what that's really all about. And of course, at some point, Reverend, my sisters and brothers, we have a conversation that we basically are resisting this president. We don't like particularly this president. Don't like him being president. We don't like him being not being presidential. Don't like what he has to say about our former president, Obama. But he's going into his second year, and they already told us that he was going to be impeached, or he was going to something, where he wouldn't be president. He's going into his second year, and if you're not careful, he'll be in his fourth year, and next thing you know, he'll be in his fifth year. And I guess I'm trying to say to you is that we got to be vigilant and try to see what in the world we're going to be able to do, because he controls the purse strings, and we can be resistant, or can we basically try to find a way to get some money out of this government and trying to help us here in the city of Detroit and certainly urban America as well. Take a short break and we'll be right back. Let me continue to go on, because I forgot that my producer who stepped out of the control of the in the boardroom. So, Carla, you're in touch. How are you this morning?
You know, you mentioned adult education, and I remember over at King High School, I used to teach all the computer literacy.
Can you talk a little louder? Man, I got rain hitting on the roof, and I mean that's so I can't hear you. A little louder.
I'm just saying that adults catch on to computer literacy fast, like those database packages, word processing. They were my best students, and they loved computer programming. You had those Apples and those CRS-80s back during that time. But that's, we were afraid about losing our jobs, but that's the retraining that we need, the computer technology. And as long as you can count your money, you can learn how to program.
See, as long as you count your money, huh?
That's right.
I got you. Thank you, my friend. I just want you to know, my sister and brother, that indeed it's going to be raining all day today. They're supposed to have 2 games in today, and I don't think they're going to make it. It's raining. Where I come from, when I was growing up, we had this tin roof. And so whenever it rains, it was always interesting in terms of having a tin roof on your house, and it seems like I got a tin roof over the studio here. I mean, it's raining just that hard. But today it's going to be raining about 50 degrees for the high today. Right now it's sort of like in the mid 40s. And on Sunday we're talking about rain as well, about 60 degrees. I'm not quite sure what the rain situation in terms of off and on, or will it be steady? But we have rain overnight in the morning. And then on Monday, we're talking about 80 degrees, no rain on Monday, but 80 degrees. I mean, that's a welcome sight for sure, 80 degrees. It's 36 minutes after the hour. We do have some time we have we have lines open right now, and if you want to give a call, you're welcome to do that. And I want to let you know again, at Wayne County Community College, I've been talking about various careers, and in terms of at Wayne County Community College, and there's so many that's out there, but there's a new one that they. And as a preacher, I should not be talking about this, but like I said, Dr. Ivory said, see what I can do, and that is craft brewing, how to make beer, and the medium annual wage for doing this is over $37,000, and so they're all over the place. And of course, Again, maybe we can have communion with beer. But I'm just saying to you is that, and I'm just joking, obviously, the craft brewing certificate program prepares individuals for careers in growing beer brewing industry, and it's a new industry that's going on in the city, in Wayne County Community College, and all around the country, and all around the metro area. But again, they're giving you opportunity to own your own business as well. Caller, thank you for your patience. How are you this morning?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Since you have a little time, can I talk about the RAP, Water Residential Assistance Program?
Quickly. Sure you can.
Okay, they got a home repair up to $1,000 per household to fix minor plumbing issues leading to high usage, water saving kits, consumer training classes, supportive wraparound services. And the phone number is 313-386-9727.
One more time.
313-386 WRAP or 9727. Or you can visit www.waynemetro.org/rap. And assistance up to $300 per household, $25 monthly bill credit. Home water audit for households above 120% average usage.
And this has to do with the water.
Hopefully, this will help some people. And I was so happy that lady called about some solutions to help our children get tutoring. And I thought about the recreation. Reverend Holley, the recreation centers are open all year round.
That's good too.
And that will be a great summer program to keep the children in tune with reading and math and whatever skills they need, extra tutoring in it.
Right. Very good.
Thank you for taking my call. Love you.
Thank you. Caller, thank you for your patience. How are you this morning?
Yeah, I had to call back because I think I made a mistake. What I'm seeing when I go to fish places in the community, I'm seeing the short order cooks are already cooking in these businesses. And I think we ain't watching what's going on. When I said they hired people down, they brought the workforce downtown in. Then we're talking about education for what? Because there ain't going to be no jobs because they're already short order cooks are being done every day in our community. They're already, the immigrants, if you go to in those places, you'll see them cooking and have a black woman on the cash register. So they are changing and dominating the short order cooks while we are talking about education. That's what I'm just saying. I look like we taking we're not up on what's really going on. We're not looking at our eyes and see what. And we're talking about one thing. Then the question: what are they going to cook at if all the cooking downtown is already brought their workforce in, and in the neighborhoods you see it clearly. I go to Church's Chicken up there on the corner from me. All Indians. He's cooking. She's on the cash register. And we're talking about schooling. We're saying nobody can be in our community and come in our community with a workforce when we got unemployment. I think we're missing the boat. Okay, that's all I want to say.
All right. And Tyrone, I'm not talking about no Coney Island. I mean, obviously they're self-sufficient. When we're talking about culinary and training in culinary, my understanding is in America, they got it in the millions in terms of jobs. In the millions. I used to have the number, but it's in the millions in terms of jobs. And so you going to a Coney Island and going to use it as a survey. I'm not spending that. I mean, I'm talking about restaurants. You go out there by not Marigold, but it's a culinary school out there. and in the suburbs. I just it feels my mind is racing. So, and I guess I'm just saying to you is they feed the culinary school feeds these restaurants. And I'm just saying to you I'm talking about restaurants, man. I'm talking people making 40, 50, $60,000 as a chef. I'm not talking about you going to a culinary. I mean, going to a Coley Allen. That's not what we're talking about, Tyrone. Obviously, you got to, yeah. If you're gonna do that survey, yes. But we're not talking about no Coney Allen, man. We're talking about a certified chef that's making mega bucks. And so it's a big difference, man, between a short order cook. That's not what we're talking about. Caller, thank you for your patience. How are you this morning? Good morning. Yes.
I was just calling to let you know I was in the educational system before I retired, and it's like 20% that the teachers I teach the education, 80% for discipline.
Yeah.
And they copying out the books to keep the kids occupied. It's just pitiful when the school system is down.
Yeah. Thank you for the call. I hear you. Called you in touch early this morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Hello?
Yes. How are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was calling in response to a man that was just talking about kind of downgrading education. I don't care if you're going to be a short order cook or a long order cook. You need education. Cooks need to know how to read, short and long order, and chefs, okay? They need to know how to count. I mean, they got to do recipes. They got to measure. I mean, you can't get away from education, regardless of whatever you say about it. You've got to have some education to function in this world. You got to be able to read, write, and count. Right. I mean, that's the basic stuff to me.
Gotcha.
And I can't understand anyone going against that.
Yeah, I got you. Thank you so much for the call.
Yeah.
Call you in patience. Thank you for your patience. How are you this morning? Good morning.
Yeah. On Chicago, and Hubbard, they had a school where they teaching those children. And I got a neighbor, is a top chef, can't get a job downtown right now. So I'm not just talking about, I just gave the short order cooks in the neighborhood, but I got a neighbor. He cooks and fix my food today. He goes on every Saturday, and he goes up down the neighborhood. But he cannot get a job in those hotels downtown. He's a top. And what happened to all the black chefs was in this city?
All right,
they
gotcha.
ain't down there.
Tyrone, send him to me. Here, send him to me. Okay, send him to me. Okay, I'll just send him to me. If he or she got a certificate as a in a culinary school, send him to me. And I know what you're talking about over there at Hubbard. But it wasn't no. That was all not necessarily culinary. But I'm just saying but just send them to me if they got a certificate. Tyrone. You send them to me, and I'll find a job for them. Okay, and if I don't get one, I'll pay them the money they would have to do to cook for me. I'm just telling you that again, there's a shortage of chefs in the city of Detroit, and all these restaurants. Every time I turn around, there's a restaurant coming up. There's 2-3 more hotels that's coming up with restaurants. You know, and I'm just saying to you is that I just feel that you will call out. Thank you for your patience with me. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. If two people come to a job and both of them put down the application, one on his application he's been to prison. I'm getting the echo. One got a prison record, been in prison. The other one don't. So more than likely, in most cases, you're going to hire the one that doesn't have the criminal record. The point I'm trying to make is that when things get slow and everything, the employer more than likely is going to lay off the black person. You know,
Why?
Now
Why?
they got this thing called best practice, and union is busted.
What?
So the point I'm trying to make is, until we get our own businesses and stuff, that's when we're going to be able to become free. And you look at a guy like Hugh Perkins, for example. Do you think he's going to give up that high-paying job in Lincoln and tell the truth and different things like that on the news? No, he got to pay for a big house, a Lincoln, and everything else. That's where the problem comes in. These 501c3s and different things, they get money for that, and that's what broke up the black community. So somehow or another, we're going to have to come together. And when we get enough pain, that's when it's going to happen. Thank you.
All right. Caller, thank you for your patience. Sorry this morning.
Reverend Holley, I'm glad I'm coming behind this gentleman. If you have a talent, I think it's important for you to not just think only for jobs, but to create your own business. If you're a cook, create a catering company. If you know how to clean, create a cleaning company, and the list goes on. We all have talents, but we must master a way to be our own CEOs and not constantly depend on someone else giving us a job, because that could be problematic. Thank you for taking my call.
Caller, how are you this morning?
Good morning. Reverend Holley, Reverend Bullock has a restaurant inside his store at 16400 West 7 Mile. You are happy Mother's Day out there, all to every mother on the planet. Go to Reverend Bullock's restaurant and store on West 7 Mile. You don't have to cook, mamas. Go to Reverend Bullock. He got all kind of good food down there. Black hands can burn.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it? All right. Thank you. I do want to, I'm with this lightning and thundering, but lightning, and I'm not quite sure whether we are lightning insulated. So I'm gonna get off the air. I don't want to be the first person that's electrocuted on air. But I want to wish all of you certainly a happy Mother's Day, and to those mothers going on to be with the Lord, we certainly want to give them their praise as well. You know, the best gift that you can give any mother is a life that counts. The best gift that you can give any mother is a life that counts. And whether your mother has passed or whether your mother is still here, the best life, the best gift that you can give to a mother is a life that counts. And my sisters and brothers, every single day, we ought to do everything we can to make our mothers proud of us, to make our parents proud of us. And always remember that the name means something. That's one of the things that my grandmother taught me, that I don't care how poor you are and how broke you are, always remember that you're Holley, and that the name means something. And so I say to you, my son brother, the best Mother's Day gift that you can give to a mother living or has passed on to be with God is a gift, is a life that counts. That's the best gift. I thank you so much. And again, like I said before, it's raining on both sides of the street. It's lightning on both sides of the street. I just really think that I want to just go on and say goodbye for right now. And I'll see you a week from today if the Lord says the same. Thank you for being with us.
Say